It seems like everyone's talking about critical infrastructure at the moment. There's even a Netflix series about it, so it must be a big deal. Today I met with the global head of OT of one of our partners, and a few things struck me about the conversation. The first was the positioning, and that was operations before security. I thought it was a great way to describe the real importance of understanding the operations of critical infrastructure, how the engineering actually works, to then understand how to apply or effectively apply cybersecurity controls. The second thing was the changing threat landscape. When we think about smart meters, Industry 4.0, like smart cities, all this stuff is meaning that technology is being embedded in the engineering components themselves. That's also of course, accelerated with artificial intelligence. So understanding the threat landscape, one that didn't exist or hasn't existed for decades until now, is really, really important. The third thing was the governance and the standards that are starting to emerge, and I think at an industry level, but of course for countries around the world, as a way to try and start regulating or enforcing a common standard across the critical infrastructure industry. And that is IEC 62443. Which seems to be the emerging standard, if not the standard, for critical infrastructure around the world. But ultimately it came down to people. It always does, and it probably always will, and that is awareness and an understanding. Back to that first point around operations before security. So people have been in that space or in that industry for a long time, now being faced with a completely different threat landscape and the requirement to understand those threats and adapt to them in a really rapidly changing world. So strap in. I think it's going to be an exciting and really important industry to keep an eye on when it comes to cybersecurity risk. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks.